Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting up some Nurglings for my own army because, well, there's a lull, Leviathan is on its way with everyone else, and so, well, might as well go back to my own army. So, painting up some Nurglings I got. And here are all the paints I used for the model, and some I don't feature. Now, one of the first things I do is I take something I have not used since a video I made several years ago for terrain, ceramic stucco. And so basically my Liquitex modeling putty is not in a good condition right now. I'm not buying any more for now. And so basically I take this and I apply this onto the models. I temporarily assemble them by putting tape underneath them so that all the bases are together. And then I just apply this all over where it is visible essentially. And this is to create like dead flesh or hanging flesh or rotted flesh. A texture essentially. And then I prime the whole thing with a black car primer. I would prefer gray, but car primer can be used at any time of the year. Alright, with Eshin Gray, Pallid Witch Flesh, and White Scar White, we're going to do the pre-coating. So basically what I do is I use an airbrush just to quickly speed through this. Eshin Gray as a base layer on the bottom angle, and then Pallid Witch Flesh with an airbrush from up above to create light and dark shadows. But I accidentally forgot to get the footage of the White Scar White, which is basically just dry brush all over, and so it picks out all the details. And then we're going to give them all a base layer of pure Plague Bearer's flesh. Now here is a blast from the past that I have not used in a long time. Pastels. So basically take these square pastels, take a knife to them, scrape them, creates pigment powder of bright colors. So we're going to use very bright colors because the colors are going to get really diluted through the process of painting this. So basically I only use bright orange, bright red, and a magenta purple-ish. I don't use the brown in the end. So basically what you do is you take a scoop of it on a soft long brush, you tap it onto the area you want, and then you rub it in. And that's pretty much it. So red went onto the back, their backs where the flesh or the edited texturing was done. The purplish blue is on their bottoms and belly, and then the orange is on their front bellies and faces and stuff like that. And yeah, and that's the pigment powder. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take sort of a 1-to-1-ish of Plague Bearers and Lamian Medium, and we're going to put in the airbrush, and I'm going to airbrush all the models again. So essentially what this is going to do is going to solidify the dark green, make it a bit stronger, or darker, and then what it's going to do is also it's going to seal in and hold the pigment powder in place so it won't be wiped away or knocked away. And so this will seal it in, and it's a bit diluted, a bit clearer, so that it won't completely darken the models too much. Alright, now with Agrax Earthshade and Guilliman Flesh, a new bottle, because my old one was just terrible, we're going to do basically adding a lot of shadow. So Agrax Earthshade is going to go into every one of their eyes and is going to fill them out to add shadow. Then Guilliman Flesh is going into their mouths. Alright, with Steel Legion Drab, Baneblade Brown, we're going to paint the horns, and there are a lot of them. Just how I'm simply going to do it is I'm going to take Steel Legion Drab, paint the horns, and then paint the top half of the horns Baneblade Brown. It's simple and easy. They're not that, after painting it, they're not that distinct from the model, but you can kind of notice them close up. And now with Hobgrot Hide, we're going to paint their teeth. Maybe I might have wanted to paint them something brighter, but I couldn't think of a brighter color than this. That I could have painted them white, but like, let's be real, they do not have white teeth. Evil Sun's Scarlet will be used to paint their eyeballs. Simple, easy, done. The shadowing we've done beforehand will make their eyes stand out. Now with Cadian Flesh Tone and Guilliman Flesh, I'm going to paint their tongues. Basically, layer of Cadian Flesh, layer of Guilliman Flesh, and then I'm going to highlight with Cadian Flesh again, it's pure. So essentially what's going to be is either straight lines or lots of like dots in a line. It depends on the tongue. Alright, with Pallid Witchflesh and Agrax Earthshade, 2 of the Nurglings in all these models have maggots coming out of them. So I'm just going to paint them Pallid Witchflesh and then a layer of Agrax Earthshade, and that's it. And then I use AK Interactive Ultra Matte Varnish to, well, seal everything in, get rid of any shine or stuff on the models, and yeah. And I already glued them all together. Alright, with Hobgrot Hide, Nurgle's Rot, Uriel Yellow, Natural Umber, Vallejo Pigment Powder, and Liquitex Matte Varnish, we're going to create the bases. I almost never show the bases, but it's been so long since I've done this, I might as well. However, in my earnestness, I already applied the Hobgrot Hide all over the base, which has a layer of Liquitex modeling putty over it, and imprints already in, and already has the pigment powder mixed with water, mixed with matte varnish covered on it already, and the models are already glued to the base, so I skipped a bit there. But after that, I then took Nurgle's Rot and mixed it with Uriel Yellow to make it a sickening yellow, and then applied this all over. And yeah, and then once I applied it, I then took a brush full of water and then applied that on there to make it a bit transparent in areas, make it more runny and stuff. And yeah, that was it. And then we're going to go with Blood for the Blood God, this technical paint, and we're going to apply this on, a lot of them have like their intestines out or stomachs ripped open or lesions, and we're just going to fill that in with this and then the surrounding skin as far as we desire, and it adds character to the model. And then with Liquitex Gloss Varnish, we're just going to apply this on all their tongues. And done. Well, that was an interesting time. Yeah, so these are my Nurglings for my army. I need one more pair of them, because with the new datasheet coming out, saw what these guys do. They are the most annoying unit in all of Nurgle's army. And a 6-inch aura of -1 to hit. I believe in melee only, but still, just park these guys behind a Great Unclean One and having -1 to hit on all your Great Unclean Ones or plague guys. It's ridiculous. So they're super annoying infiltrators now. Definitely going to need a few of these to irritate or hide them behind walls and irritate the enemy. Yeah, as far as the model goes, I haven't painted Nurglings in a very long time. I do have a video of Nurglings on my channel elsewhere, but it's been a while. Camera's gotten better, and I simplified the process, and so yeah, these Nurglings are here to stay for me, or not for sale, like pretty much everything else on my channel. And yeah, one down. I have like 40 plague bears and 6 plague drones to deal with, but hopefully I can get them done before Leviathan. Yeah, probably not going to. It took me a week to paint these guys because I kept playing video games. Well, anyway, so like the video if you like the video, comment if you want to comment, share if you want to share it, and more to come. Bye.